Welcome to the Club Mulwala Murray Football League show. This is another week of football and netball for the Murray Football League. And joining me this morning from the Shepparton News sports editor, Damon Francis. Good morning, Damon.
Morning, Sammy. Thanks for having me.
Couple of absolute cracking games of footy to back up last week's round, Damon. What's the pick of the games for this Saturday?
It's pretty hard to go past the Chuka United versus Finley, reigning premier versus the unbeaten ladder leader. And look, I picked Finley at the start of the year to be my premiership favourite, and they haven't done a lot to suggest otherwise at this stage. Chuka United still starting to hit their straps, I think. They're improving every week, and this is going to be a cracker.
Both teams won last week, so what we expect from them this week?
Well, I don't think either coach would be 100% happy with how they're going. I mean, I've spoken to Damien Sexton a few times this year, and look, he reckons that they've got a lot of improvement. They still haven't lost. I love them around the contest. They're a really hard side in and under, and they've got some really big guys up front as well. And they're going to cause a lot of problems for a Chuka United. But if anyone has the depth to probably go with them, it is the Eagles.
And who wins and why?
Look, I'm going to say Finley at this stage, but only just. Why? I've got no idea. I think it's going to be a fantastic contest, but I've backed them to win the premiership, so I better back them to win the big games.
I'm backing Echuca United simply because it's at Echuca South Ground, and I think that they can win. Mulwala and Nathaya should be a cracking game. Nathaya lost their first game of 2014 last week, and Mulwala continue to be impressive. Damon, who wins and why?
Well, I said the same thing the last couple of weeks. Mulwala just continue to surprise at this stage. Look, a big challenge for Nathalia. They obviously, as you mentioned, had their first loss of the season last week, so they're going to have to respond. It's going to be interesting because they've got such a young side, and getting the young players to respond to these sort of setbacks is a big challenge, and Jason Limbrick will know that, and he'll be out to do that. Mulwala, again, I still haven't seen him play. I don't know a lot about him, but the quality is clearly there, and I'm actually going to back Mulwala this week. I think it's about time I jumped on board, and I think they'll get the win. I'm
with you. I'm backing Mulwala. Barooga and Numurkah should be a cracker. Numurkah broke their duck for 2014, and Damon, you've said that this has been coming, and they've done it, and Barooga have been impressive so far as well.
Yeah, I think I finally tipped against Numurkah last week, so I'm going to take a little bit of credit for it. But Barooga is obviously a great side as well, and it looks like their loss to Kingupna a couple of weeks ago was just a bit of a blip on the radar. So, look, Numurkah, yeah, as you mentioned, broke through for their first win. Chris Oliver probably at the forefront of it, fantastic in the ruck, and Matt Hendry or whoever goes in there for Barooga is going to have a big task in making sure that his influence is quelled in the middle of the ground. I think Barooga will win, but great to see Numurkah on the board, and they are a quality outfit, so it's going to be a good game of footy.
Kingupna v Denny Rams, good game of footy again, I reckon. Both these sides will be looking to add to their wins for 2014.
Yeah, I reckon Kingupna will be a little bit disappointed with their loss last week. Denny Rams are another one I don't know a hell of a lot about. They haven't probably changed as much as we thought they would over the off season, but it's going to be a good game of footy. Kingupna still only one win on the board despite playing some really good competitive footy, so they'll be looking to add to that, and Denny Rams as well have been pretty competitive, so I'd expect this one to be close as well, but I'm going to back the home side in Kingupna.
Me too, I'm backing the home side. Moama and Tongala should be a pretty good game of footy. Tongala yet to win for 2014, but they have been competitive in most of their games. Moama have been pretty good so far as well, and they're thereabouts. It's at Moama, so you probably expect Moama to start favourites.
Yeah, you would expect Moama to start favourites. They look, I know they've had a lot of injury trouble this year, and they're struggling to get their best side on the field. And Simon Maddox has said that it's just about time. They're just going to try and take the opportunity to get some games into their young kids, and hopefully get their side back on the park by the middle of the season. You'd expect them to probably beat Tongala, but gee, Tongala have been really competitive. I had a great chat with Dave Newman last weekend, and he said that it is frustrating, but they are confident that if they continue to be competitive, they will get a result at the end. I mean, they led Rumballara at three-quarter time last week, so they've clearly got a bit about them. They've just got to break through for that first win.
Talking Rumba, they did lead at three-quarter time Tongala against Rumballara, and Rumballara came home strong. Damien Cupido would have been disappointed with the first three quarters. He'll be making sure that they don't let themselves down in this game against Cobram, because even though the Tigers are struggling at the moment, you just never know.
Yeah, you don't. Look, Rumble will win. I don't think there's a lot of doubt about that. But you don't want to be, dropping the ball in this sort of game. You want to be making the most of it and making sure that everyone's switched on and ready to go. Cupido would be pretty disappointed with the last 3 weeks. Ironically, they were actually better when he went off the ground last week. He injured his ankle, and that's going to have some ramifications for the interleague side as well, unfortunately. Looks like he's going to miss that clash. But Brad Dick stepped up in that last quarter and kicked 4 goals and won them the game. And look, they've got plenty of quality, but as you mentioned, they don't want to drop the ball against the Tigers. Make sure they're on, and Cobram on the other side, they'll just be looking to be as competitive as they can. I think they put up 7 scoring shots last week. Convert a few more goals, and that might have been might have looked a little better for them. But they just got to keep battling away.
So that wraps up the Club Mulwala Murray Football League show. My tips are Echuca United, Mulwala, Barooga, Kangupna, Rumballara and Moama. Damon has gone with me on every game bar the Echuca United v Finley. He's going for Finley, so we'll see how we go. And as we said, Damon's touched on the Interleague next week. The Murray League travel to Mildura, and we'll preview the Murray Football League Interleague clash when they travel to Mildura next week. So I've been Sam Saraceno and Damon Francis for the Club Mulwala Murray Football League show.